All right, so from that, we want now to get into our lesson tonight, the only lesson on a Friday night, surely. That is Willis, the word master, coming in with Mind Your Language and Mind Your Pronunciations. Willis, good evening. So you are wearing red. What does that spell out for tonight's lesson?
I just want to know, Betty, how you decided to be in red, because mine is just something like being told this is the best one for you tonight.
Yeah.
But I don't know how the coincidence came in.
Yeah.
But tell me, how has your week been, by the way, Betty?
Well, it has been great, Willis. Thank you for asking. So you're saying you were told this is what is best for you. So for me, I don't know. It's just how you feel. And you tonight I want to be fire. And so you decide you're going to wear red.
The coincidence.
Yeah, thank you.
The coincidence. That means things are going to be, on fire.
On fire. I like that. Willis, let's begin
you get the stress from the lakeside?
Yes, I get that, yeah. So we want to start with word on the street, Willis. Let's listen to what Kenyans had to say this week.
Pneumonitis, pneumonitis, pneumonitis.
Pneumonitis, pneumonitis.
Immunomonitis, immunomonitis, immunomonitis.
Pneumonitis, pneumonitis.
Pneumonitis. Pneumonitis. Pneumonitis.
Pneumonitis, pneumonitis.
Pneumonitis. Pneumonitis. Pneumonitis.
Pneumonitis, pneumonitis, pneumonitis.
Pneumonitis. Pneumonitis. Pneumonitis. Pneumonitis. Pneumonitis. Pneumonitis.
Pneumonitis. Pneumonitis. Pneumonitis.
Well, Willis, so I've had everything that anybody could possibly, say with regard to pronunciation of this word. Even I don't want to try it because I'm not sure. So talk to us, Wordmaster. How do we pronounce it?
Betty, don't worry. I have always told people that nobody can know everything in English or any other language, not even in one's mother tongue or first language.
Right.
But we have to try, and getting it right is very important. But I always say, not even Willis can be perfect in terms of knowing everything in a language, English for this matter. But Betty, the correct pronunciation of this word, by the way, this word refers to the inflammation of the lungs. Inflammation of the lungs.
Yes.
And we say pneumonitis.
Okay.
Pneumonitis, not pneumonitis.
Pneumatotois.
Not pneumonitis. There are so many versions that you may hear, but it's, on the basis that, as I always say, most education systems lay little emphasis on pronunciation compared to grammar and vocabulary. But
And
if we could be taught such things at that early stage, then you would find people just being comfortable with them, just like we say milk, banana, hero. So we had them when we were young. So we grew up with such pronunciations which are accurate. So we know. But some of these tricky words, tricky for anybody and everybody. But the pronunciation, Betty, is pneumonitis. What people should also avoid is talking of pneumonia. The disease, pneumonia is a Kiswahili word, pneumonia. But you say pneumonia, pneumonia. There's that glide.
Okay.
Not pneumonia.
Okay.
Pneumonia, and we talk of pneumonitis.
Pneumonitis. So even that has come as a surprise to me. I thought I knew how to pronounce it, but oh well, so it's pneumonia and not pneumonia.
It happens, Betty. It happens.
All right, Willis. So we move on to this other word, and I'll spell it out. INGESTION. Ingestion or ingestion, which is which?
Ingestion, terrible. Ingestion.
Okay.
You say ingestion. The correct pronunciation is ingestion. After saying in, you have that primary stress. Gestion. Ingestion. Just like we say congestion.
Congestion.
Not congestion.
No.
Not ingestion.
Okay.
Digestion. Not digestion. Question. Not question. Suggestion. Not suggestion. So we are used to congestion, digestion, suggestion,
Yeah.
question, ingestion locally. And that's what sounds normal. But Betty, you say ingestion, congestion, digestion, question, and suggestion.
Hey, got it, Willis. Nice. Moving on to this other word, Willis, and I'll still spell it out. Servitude. Servitude, is that correct?
Yes, you say
Okay.
servitude.
All right,
Servitude.
servitude.
What we should avoid is servitude. Servitude, attitude, no. Attitude, servitude.
Servitude. Got it, Willis. Oh, sorry,
Yes.
got it. Not got it, but got it. Moving on to this other one. Now, this other word, Willis, I remember it so well from my biology. I hope we say biology and there's no
Yes.
surprise about that. So from my
Biology, yes.
biology, and I used to pronounce this word as mitochondria. I don't know if that's correct. I mean, this word has taken me back like many years ago. So is that the correct pronunciation, Willis?
Betty, you are right. You
Yeah?
say mito.
Okay.
Many people talk of mitochondria.
Yeah.
Mitochondria. You don't say that. You
Mitochondria.
say mito. Mitochondria.
Mitochondria.
Your biology teacher deserves a pat on the back for
Yeah.
telling you that it is mitochondria. Just like we
Mitochondria.
say hypochondria,
Okay.
not hypochondria. Hypochondria,
Yes, yes.
mitochondria.
Mitochondria. Got it, Willis.
Yes.
This other word, I'm not even sure about the pronunciation, so I'll spell it. Fascist. Fascist or fascist. Which is which, Willis?
Oh, you say
Okay.
fascist. Fascist.
Oh. Fascist.
Fascist. Don't say fascist. And don't say fascist. Fascist, no. Letter A takes what we call the open or the low front sound A. So you say fa, not fe. Fa. Then that S and C takes the sound sh, just like conscious. We don't say
Oh.
conscious,
Yeah.
we say conscious. So that S and C takes the sound sh. Then you say fascist, fascist.
Wow. That is a surprise for me, Willis. I even thought I knew, but I've been embarrassed over there. Just
Betty,
slightly, but
English is a tricky language.
Fascist.
It's tricky.
yeah, very
Because
tricky.
certain words are not commonly used. And the way we hear them being pronounced, as I sometimes say, don't think every pronunciation that you hear from somebody who looks white, or Mzungu for that matter, could be accurate or acceptable. There are certain countries where even, those people, like now when you go to Sweden
Yeah.
or any other country that is in the West or in other countries, Betty,
Yeah.
somebody may be a Mzungu from what we see,
Yeah.
but the person may mispronounce a word, but some of us think that anything that is said by somebody who
correct.
is white must be accurate or correct. That
Right.
is not the case. Languages are tricky.
All right.
We say fascist, not
Fascist.
fascist, not fascist.
Okay.
Yes, fascist.
That was mine, Willis. That was, if I've not learned anything to this evening, that was mine. I've claimed it. Fascist. Moving on to this other word, Willis. I'll spell it out. Penpal. Penpal. Which is which, Willis?
Well, in the first place, that word is written or spelled Penpal.
Okay,
There is
yes.
no double L.
Yes.
We don't have double L in that word. And normally we have a space between
Penpal.
pen and Pal. There is a space.
Yes.
Now, the tricky thing, Betty, if you can remember when you were young, many people were talking about pen pal.
Yeah, Penpal.
My pen pal.
Yeah.
That person you become friends with by writing to each other. You write letters, and that becomes a pen pal. Pal, not Paul.
Okay,
Pen
pen
pal,
pal.
no. You say a pen pal.
Penpal. Hey, okay.
Yes.
So I think most of us mispronounce that word for the better part of our writing to our friends, Willis. But it's okay. Now we know. Willis, let me now ask you about this word, mundane. Do you say mundane or mundane?
Mundane, terrible.
Wow, terrible.
You say mundane.
Mundane.
That U takes the mid-central vowel sound ma. Just like must. You don't say must. I must go to such and such a place.
Yes.
Not I must go.
Yes.
So in this word, you say mundane. Just like when you're talking about mundane task or a mundane level. So mundane, we should avoid it. We should avoid mundane as much as we can. Just like we should avoid saying incumbent. Many people find themselves saying incumbent.
What's the correct
That
one?
is inaccurate. You say incumbent.
Incumbent.
Not incumbent.
All right.
Yes.
All right, got it, Willis. Now, so we have a number of feedback questions. One, when we started out, I even promised our viewers we'll look at one from one Kimari. He was asking about liaise, lias, a liaison or liaison officer. Which is which, Willis? We've covered it before some time ago.
That is a word that is commonly mispronounced locally.
Yes.
Many people talk of to liaise with so and so, to liaise with such a company, which is wrong. L-I-A-I-S-E. I hope that is the word.
Yes, yes.
You say liaise.
Liaise.
Liaise. To liaise with so and so. And you talk of liaison, not liaison. Liaison or liaison.
All right.
A very tricky word. Just like we also say dias when we mean the days. There is nothing like dias, Betty. We have D-A-I-S, the days. They are sitting at the days. The seats have been arranged at the days, not the dias. We also say alias, not alias. alias, not alias so and so.
Yes, yes. So
Mike, Owino, alias. Alias, no, Betty, we should avoid it. We say alias. So for your question, you say liaise and liaison.
Liaison. All right, Willis, got it. Okay, so there's one more question coming in from PD. He's asking about this word, V-E-R-S-U-S, like Manchester United versus Arsenal. So is it versus or versus?
Which is another one. That is another one. But we have verse. The verse in the Bible. The plural of a verse in the Bible is verses. Verses.
Yes.
But when we are talking about team A playing team B, so when we mean against, you don't say verses. Verses, that when you are referring to those, what we have in the Bible. But when we have V-E-R-S-U-S, meaning against, you say versus. Versus.
What? Versus.
Yes, versus, not verses. Or verses. Very common but inaccurate.
Yeah. Okay, that's a surprise.
Those words are pronounced differently. Yes, Betty. Then, if you allow me, I can now go through what we have very fast.
Sure.
Ivan Kirwa of Eldoret, you say trimester. And Betty, another surprise for our viewers tonight. You must be hearing many people talking of semester. Betty, that word is pronounced as semester, trimester. Semester, trimester. And I know somebody would say, what? S-E-M-E-S-T-E-R. Just check it anywhere. You'll realize that the correct pronunciation of that word is semester. Semester, trimester. So that is also food for thought for those who love accurate pronunciation of English words. Wakili Gideon Nyambati, another tricky one. There is a Latin phrase commonly used in courts of law. You say amicus curiae. Don't say amicus curia. Amicus curia, no. Amicus curiae. Or you can also say amicus curiae. Amicus is allowed or acceptable. You can also say amicus, but what we should avoid is curia. Amicus curiae, amicus curiae. Wakili Gideon Nyambati and our viewers, there you are. Or that is for you. Mwalimu Shabida Mutisia of Nyabururu High School, you say individual. Don't say individual. Dual, that D takes sound J, just like in graduate. We don't say graduate. You say graduate.
Graduate.
So you say individual, not individual. John Mabanga of Kampala, Uganda, soliloquy. Soliloquy. That dramatic,
Yes.
talk on stage. It's soliloquy, not soliloquy. Eunice and Anne Omariba, you say available. Oh, young but bright children. Betty, we are also attracting children in this case.
Lovely.
Or in this program. We
Yeah.
have Eunice and Anne Omariba, you say available. Ahmed Abdi Abu of Mandera, you say Mia. M-E-R-E
Mia.
is Mia. Don't say Mea. Many people find themselves saying Mea. A Mea, something.
All
say
right.
Mia.
Mia.
Mea is M-A-R-E and M-A-Y-O-R. Justin Makuna of Arusha, Tanzania, you say genre. Genre. Then Justin Onyango, oh, this one is praising you, Betty. Betty, keep it up. He's saying, red and red fireworks tonight. Thank you, Justin Onyango.
Fireworks for
Kefa
sure.
Udongo, you
Yeah.
say phlegm. Phlegm, not phlegm.
Okay.
Phlegm.
phlegm.
That G is a silent and the P and H form the sound. That is a digraph. Phlegm.
Phlegm.
Kefa Odongo. Nancy Njuguna, cucumber.
Cucumber.
Nancy, I think this is a funny one.
Not
Cucumber, not shoshomba.
Shoshomba.
Cucumber
Yeah.
or cucumber. You can have the
Cucumber.
stress at the beginning. Cucumber, but not shoshomba.
Okay.
Nancy Njuguna, thank you so much for loving the program. Namodu Evans,
All right.
subtlety. And you say subtle. That B
Subtle.
is silent.
Okay.
Subtlety, subtle. Victor Kaberia, tier. When we talk of a layer, Betty, like when we have a cake, the layers don't say tire. That is T-I-E-R.
Yes, yes.
It's tier.
Tier.
But you can use tire for somebody who ties something. Maina Atunga, wretched. Then finally, Maurice Onuko, you say mongoose.
Mongoose.
So, mongoose, now to our simple but tricky word, Betty.
Yeah.
That is the surprise word for tonight. Many people talk of clumsy.
Yes.
Clumsy. But what we should avoid is that sound, what we call the unvoiced or the voiceless sound. Don't say clumsy. You say clumsy with a
Clumsy.
voiced sound like a Z.
Right.
Clumsy. Just like when we talk about a word like the lower one, don't say mumsy. Don't say so-and-so has a mumsy dress. You say mumsy. That is the
Mumsy.
lower word, and the transcription is there, Betty.
All right.
Clumsy, mumsy.
Mumsy.
Then finally, confusing words. Betty, C-E-A-S-E. You say cease. Cease.
Oh, okay.
With that sound, cease. But when we have S-E-I-Z-E, you say seize.
Seize.
Seize. And now as I finish, Betty, I want to ask you a question tonight. And my question is here. I'm getting so many, people asking me about the word besiege. Besiege. And some are insisting that it should be bisiege or bisiege.
No.
Why do you think this one? Can you agree with them?
Surely. No. Siege. No.
Besiege.
Besiege.
Besiege. Bisiege, no.
Okay.
Bisiege, no. Just like siege, under siege.
All right.
Not under siege, not under siege. That caps it all for tonight, Betty from Kiso.
Hey, Willis. I see what you did there, but yeah, we've learned something. But my favorite lesson really is semester. So, I think most of us
Yes,
pronounce that word
semester.
wrong. Semester.
Trimester.
Well, thank you so much, Willis, for the lesson. I've learned quite a lot. A fascist was the biggest surprise. And so now you can have a great weekend, Willis, for doing a great and fantastic job here on Friday Briefing.
My pleasure, Betty, and thank you for wishing me a good weekend.
Great, Willis. So we'll remember that you can follow Willis on Twitter at Willis Ochieng1. That's his Twitter handle. And you can, of course, quiz him on more and more pronunciations that you want help in. I'm seeing so many of your tweets. We can't tackle all of them tonight, but we'll try and do that next week, God willing. All right, Willis, thank you for that. His joining us from Kisumu City. So after Mind Your Language, of course, you know it's now time for the two gentlemen, Nico Diambo and Shafi Weru. They're already on set. There you go, chilling and conversing over there. So we'll be crossing over to them in a short while for True Story. You don't want to miss that. Tonight we'll be talking about, that proposal to have fathers give 50% of their earnings to their children. So we'll be having a discussion about that and so many other top stories which have been a center of attention in the country. All right, so don't go away. We'll be right back.